To my panelists, you are all welcome. I'm here with my co-moderator, Ms. Abul, you are welcome. The first question goes to Mrs. Alif, and how we are going to be moderating the session. We will do that with my co-moderator. Alif, the global theme this year is Give to Gain, while our local theme is Building Dignity and Sharing Prosperity. And in your view, what does this themes mean in greater context of women empowerment in our local communities?
Thank you. Acknowledging all the protocol present, as she said, my name is Alif Chair. I think in societies, to start with, there was a man and a woman that gave to have me, that is, they gave to gain. And when we say society is investing in women through education, it's more of the theme is give to gain, and the local theme is shared prosperity, shared dignity to have prosperity. There are leadership opportunities, even at home, like if there is a family meeting and you bring your daughter along to come and listen, or when there are responsibilities being given, you bring your daughter and tell your daughter this is your role. So you are involving her in this process. So it's more of having an inclusive development within your family, and that extends to the community. And I also believe women should not only be supported at households, but they must also be included in systems, institutions that shape the future of South Sudan. Thank you.
That was amazingly answered. Thank you so much, Elise. Inclusions. There is a saying that goes, that women belong anywhere where decisions are being made. Any table that require decisions, that is the space where women belong. So thank you for that wonderful answering. My second question goes to Nyayesh. And it's a follow-up from the first question that we have asked, which is what does the word building dignity for women truly mean beyond words? And what are the key barriers that still undermine women's dignity in our society in South Sudan today? I can repeat it. So the question goes, what does the word building dignity for women truly mean beyond words? What are the key barriers that still undermine women's dignity in our societies today? So in the context of South Sudan. Back to you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. The question is clear. I would like to recognize every powerful woman here, be it a mother, a woman leader. I celebrate you today. I see you, I value you, and support whatever you're doing at home in our public spaces. I would just slightly like to correct my name earlier. It was announced incorrectly and I don't blame you for that. My name is Nyeye Kalwak Shuol. And the question about building dignity for women in South Sudan context, to me, I look at this as creating a safer space for women in our society, making sure that every woman is safe, is valued, is reminded of her worth, and is celebrated. In other words, we should ensure that every woman is safe from discrimination, from violence at home and in our society. That is my understanding of building dignity for women in our society. So making sure that we create a space for every woman to be safe and to be encouraged and supported, empowered. The barriers that are facing women in South Sudan are quite many when it comes to what is happening in the country now, because we are not only dealing with the culture, we are also dealing with the conflict in the country, which is affecting a lot of women. But a few things that I will mention, the barriers. When you talk about barriers, I assume you're talking about the challenges women are facing in the nation.
Can we leave the barriers for a bit later? The barriers, we can leave the barriers a little bit for now. Yeah. Thank you so much. Nyeye, am I correct? Nyeye, I apologize for that. Thank you so much, Nyeye. Honorable Jameza, the newest DSG, the youngest DSG, the baddest DSG in the house. You've just joined the government of recent. So what role do government institutions and private sector and communities play in ensuring women are supported to thrive and contribute equally to the national development?
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to give thanks to God for this amazing day. Government officials, the leadership of Nyanchira Rebek, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it well, women leaders, our men, my fellow panelists, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, is it good afternoon or good evening? Happy International Women's Day. I'm happy to be with you people here today. Well, my name is Jimeza Kakule Kwajok Ajak. That's my official name. The Jimeza is just something that the first lady is something that I'm dreaming. Who knows, I might be a first lady in the future. So, one of the gentlemen should prefer to be a president. If you are not dreaming big, don't come close to me. Okay. As a young politician, the question says, what are the roles of government institutions and the private sector's community plays ensuring women are supported to thrive and contribute equally to national development? I have some few points here. One, the government institutions must create and enforce policies that promote gender equality, such as supporting girls' education, protecting women's rights, ensuring women are presented in leadership, decision-making, and create an environment where women can participate fully. You know, we don't want this of saying, after all, she's just a woman. We are not just women. Without us, the men can't be here. Without the men, we the women also can't be here. So we are all equal. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jameza, for that amazing answer. That we are better as a society when we are all respected, recognized, respected, and supported. So the third question goes to Ms. Apiu. Apiu, the question would like to know, how can other stakeholders, in this fight of gender equality and empowerment, we know by far that we can't do it alone as women. That will require the entire village to actually empower a girl child and to support and better the society. So the question really wanted to know, how can other stakeholders, as you can see in the room, we have men, we have our elders, we have our mothers. So how can other stakeholders like men and community in general be better involved in promoting dignity and prosperity for women rather than becoming a stumbling block on the way? What do we do?
Thank you very much. Happy International Women's Day to all the women in South Sudan. And thank you for Nyanchira Rebek Association for inviting me to this event. I'm more than grateful to be part of you and celebrating with you this very special day. Thank you for the question. And
put the mic closer to
my answer would be promoting our dignity is essential, but before that, we need to work on the society. We need to sensitize them on how to go about women issues. We live in a society with the negative mindset. We all here living in this society, there are a lot going on. And men and women, women have negative mindset about themselves, men, they have negative mindset about women, and we cannot promote our dignity or demand it if we don't fix it from inside. We need to change the way we look at ourselves, and also men, they need to change their mindset and the way they look at women. I think that's going to be very easy, or it's going to be much easier for us to promote our dignity or to demand it. First, we have to start with ourselves. Thank you.
Appeal again, Appeal. You know, you are one of the women in aviation, and we've seen, you creating the South Sudan Women in Aviation. So what challenges do women face in aviation? And what advice would you give the young women in this room that are aspiring to join the aviation? You know, we have big number of young girls, young women who might be aspiring. So what are the challenges, and how do you advise them?
Thank you very much. Aviation is one of the industries where women are underrepresented in technical areas and leadership positions. Let me use my example. When I started my career, I didn't have a role model or a mentor to guide me. I was doing everything by myself, and I had to figure it out alone. Underrepresentation is one of our challenges, and I went through a lot of challenges that tested my confidence and strengths, but with every obstacle there is an opportunity to lead and inspire and to open doors for the next generation. And this is exactly what I have done. My encouragement to the young generation is when you want to be an aviation leader or an aviator, you need to prepare yourself. You need to learn new skills, leadership skills, and also you have to be knowledgeable about the area that you need to make change in. And most importantly, you need to work on your mental health, because when you are a leader, leaders, they face a lot of challenges. And if you are not mentally prepared, you can break down, you can easily quit. It's very important to be mentally strong so that you face all the challenges and you still stand for yourself and for others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Apiu, for pioneering that field. As our famous American poet says, that when a woman stand up for themselves, they unknowingly stand up for other women. So now that you're in that field, if another girl comes, they will have you to look forward, to look upon as a leader in that field. And that brings me to my next question. And this particular question is actually for both of you, Ms. Apiu and Demeza, and it's specifically on aviation as well. So what challenges do women face when entering into leadership positions, and what advice would you give to young women aspiring to lead in their careers and communities? Demeza, as a fresh one in the office, what's going on?
Okay, thank you so much. You know, I think I have one man in the office, And so far, I've faced some challenges, and I've seen other things. You know, the first thing is, this is the youngest age so far. Like, they could just ask, how old are you? Are you know? Like, people can't believe mostly at young people. And this is why some of us are worried. Why young people can't allow to be, to participate in the government or in any institution. I don't see it bad when you are above 18 and people think like you can't do anything. No, it's simple. It's just you need to be creative, and you also have to be next to the leaders so that you can grow politically. Yeah. So let me say some of the things. South Sudan often face challenges such as cultural barriers. You know where I came from. As a woman or a lady, you are not supposed to eat the head of, can I put it that way in my English? You are not supposed to eat the head of a goat, or maybe the chest, because you are just a woman. So, but currently, we are all eating the same.
Yeah.
So, we young people, we really have to wake up, and the men should allow us also to participate. Yeah, so we also have, there is also limited access to education and resources, lack of mentorship. When these kids were singing, I was crying because I'm one of the person that have gone through harassment, post-marriage, but I'm somebody that, let me just say, I'm very stubborn. If I don't want something, nobody can force me. So, as let me say, people of South Sudan, let's help one another, mostly the ladies. People like Mama Nyandeng and Nunu Kumba and the rest. And whatever you have as a lady, you should be ready to assist a fellow lady, not because of the age. Like you, if you're going through a lot, if you need something, you should come and tell me or any person so you can help one another. So also to our politicians and our men in South Sudan, we should at least encourage the women, the young girls to go to school. Imagine marrying somebody of 14, 16. What are you going to do with that girl? And you are 80. I really don't know what conversation are you going to have in that room. We really have to avoid this issue of early marriages and post-marriages. It's really hurting me so much. Yeah, thank you.
Really, really appreciate it. I'll give it back to my colleague. But I just want to emphasize that yes, we need women in politics because that's where policies are made. We need women in technology. We need women, and we need to protect children from being married off at a very young age. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I almost said earlier, please don't let Mama Gikore come before us, because I know, I'm their mother, by the way. So I know how they make you emotional, and they actually dismantle my panel. Thank you so much, Mama Gikore. It has to hurt so that we change. It has to pain so that we move ahead. This question goes to Apiu again. Sorry, Apiu, this is going back to you again. The role of education in women empowerment, because we know becoming an aviator or becoming part of the aviation, you need to go to school, you need to be educated. So the role of education in women empowerment is considered wide and profound. How can education and economic opportunities empower women to participate more fully in our country's development?
Thank you very much. They say when you educate a man, you educate an individual, but when you educate a woman, you educate a family. I think women are naturally intelligent. When you educate them, they can go more. They can go far. Let me take the example in my aviation field. Aviation is highly technical and professional. And going to aviation school is not easy, it's very expensive. So And these are some of the challenges that not everyone is doing aviation. And after the education, after you are an aviator, you also people, we have gender stereotype in aviation. You have to do more so that you convince your supervisor or your boss that you are just equal to your colleague. You can go to the same school, you have the same degree, but still, because this is highly technical and professional, they think women cannot do it. So for us, we have to be serious fighters, then you have to do extra work so that we convince people that we are here, we exist, and we can do it even better. And in our organization, we focus on capacity building. Last year, we became a steering member for the African women and youth in aviation. We were able to secure scholarships for young men and women, also to encourage our fellow Africans to thrive in this field. So aviation is very important, but not everyone can do it, and that's why we're here, so that we open doors for the next generation. But I don't want to discourage people. We are here for you. I'm happy last year we have a lot of women who joined civil aviation. If you go to the airport now, you can see aviation security, we have women. And if you come to the CAA also, we are there. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, you have answered. Also that we know we have, this is just a follow-up question. Our students are waiting for their secondary living certificate. Is that the Form 4? So what does one need to join an aviation school?
Aviation is a very diverse community. As long as you passed your exam, you can join any course that you like. We have the flying school, you can do aviation management, you can do sustainable air transport, you can do aeronautical engineering. There are a lot of opportunities, and we do awareness. We go to schools and advise them on how to join aviation. And aviation is a very interesting field. I encourage the young people here to have a try and join.
So arts students or science students, all of them can join. I think we have heard that everybody can join. Now, my colleague Abul.
Thank you so much. As an educator myself, education, yes, we can't do it with education. Is the main ingredient in all of it. My next question goes to Nyaye. I hope I've got it closer. I'm getting closer to getting it right. My sincere apologies for not pronouncing your name right. So the questions here is economic empowerment is often described as a key to women's independence. What practical step can governments and other institutions take to expand economic opportunities for women?
This has become a point of discussion, even in our own home. We talk about this sometimes. Sorry to say this, Honorable. Most of the complaints that are raised by either women or men about policies are always left at the home. So, talking about them, I'm going to say let it be a collective responsibility, not only to the government and organization, because most of us here also work for the government and we work for the organization. So let it be a collective responsibility to make sure we encourage or we state out steps for women. The first thing is the legal reform on property and finances for women. When we talk about culture, no woman can inherit anything that belongs to your father or husband. It's either your brother or your child. So if we work on policies, every woman will be entitled to inherit either from a family or something that would work for you by someone that was there before you, because you can never come out of nowhere and inherit. So definitely you have to inherit what was there before you came here. So this should be an equal, thing for a girl child and a male child, that you should also inherit that. The second thing is for the government is to support women in entrepreneurship. In this way, if they allow loans in the bank, let's talk about that, women can also start a capital from there. So that could be one of the steps to help a woman start a business, because it's difficult to start a capital. There are a lot of names that have been given to women who made it entrepreneurship. I'm one of the women in entrepreneur and I have had a lot of names, but here I am today celebrating myself and other women. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Organization can establish mentorship and capacity building for women to be creative in their own way. I know they've been doing this. I also encourage that you continue doing the mentorship and capacity building for women. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You mentioned inheritance, rights. I'm a lawyer, but I don't want to start lawyering around. So let's leave that. Talking about entrepreneurship, you brought that one up. How can women entrepreneurs be supported to grow their businesses and contribute to the economy both locally, regionally, and internationally? Because women feel like it's just opening a shop next to the house. Then they don't think of, okay, go to the market, travel to other states, travel to other countries, like how our other East African countries do. We see women coming from Uganda, from Kenya, from Tanzania to sell things here. But it's very rare to see women from South Sudan going to sell things. We've seen in Jonglei State, in Bori in particular, women coming from Uganda, from Congo, to take our own fish, go and sell it in Congo. Because our women feel like we are not allowed to move. So how do we encourage or empower women entrepreneurs?
First of all, let me talk of this, starting a small shop close to the house. That's a very good start. I think we should really appreciate a woman that starts from there, because that's where she's going to learn that there's another shop that is far better, that is in a distance, that is in Jonglei or in any other space. So starting from there is not a bad thing. You can start from there, and tomorrow you meet another lady that's working in Jonglei or in another state, and you can also go and sell whatever you have there. Also looking at women feeling that they shouldn't go beyond where they are. It is a mentality that has been pushed into our minds that you can only do it here. It's not about us, it's not about our feeling. Also, you can leave your room looking beautiful and someone will tell you don't look beautiful, and you believe it. So this feeling of not going beyond where you are is something that was put into our mind by our brothers and male relatives. Because from the start, when they were sending us to school, a boy child is sent to school far away and a girl will be remaining at home to do the domestic work. So that was something that was put into our mind. If we give chances, if we accept and own our story and take our power into our hands, we can go beyond this. So I'm suggesting that we expose our women to mentorship, as I said. All the women leaders that have been here before us, do not hesitate to call us and mentor us. When you give us such opportunities, we will go where you are and beyond. And you will be a very proud mentor. I said earlier, women also should be exposed to the digital marketing. What is happening now? I have a shop that I've been marketing online, and some people just find it online, they come to my shop. Not necessarily those that are walking around Hisora. So if we expose women to this, they will be able to see what is happening in another world and be able to cooperate it here too in the country. So there are more to these, that women in the nation country South Sudan, opportunities that are not coming your way. But let's walk slowly but sure of where we're going. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Nanye. Yes, one for echoing one step at a time. I just want to pause a bit before I go to the next questions and say one thing. When we talk about women empowerment, it's very easy for your mind to go straight to educated women. Women are leaders everywhere you look. From a lady that is raising their children at home, that is called a housewife. She is a leader. She's a head of that family and she requires empowerment. So when we come here and talk about empowerment, we're not only talking about the degree holders. We're talking about everyone that is holding a small economic unit, which is your household. And women are leading in every front and everywhere. So we really have to recognize that. I wanted to make that point. Because from my generation, as a daughter of John Manuan, I was raised by a lady that is less educated and she pays my school fees. She pays my school fees. I'm in front of you today because she worked. She was able to work. She was able to also work in a restaurant and make sure that there was a school fees for their children. So when we're sitting here today, I want to recognize all the women. Don't let everyone tell you that you're a housewife and you're nothing. You're not. You're raising a generation of leaders. A child from you might be the president of this country. So really give yourself applause. So I'm gonna go to the next question, and the next question goes to our Honorable here, Ms. Honorable Jamaisan. In this 21st century and the ways economy is going at the moment, where are the money? So the question is, what strategies can help ensure that women benefit equally from national development and economic growth? Where are the money? How do we get women's hands on the money? That's the simplest form.
Thank you so much. I still even want to ask the same questions. Where is the money in this country? Can I ask the men, where are the money? Or where is the money? Yeah, I think the government should include women in decision making. You know, women, we are good at strategizing things. You know, if I'm not yet married, but I can maybe relate somebody that I'm dating. Yeah, I won't mention the name. You see, we are good at planning. Like when you're given something, let's say you're given 50K. You see, if that 50 was to be in the pocket of a man, it will just finish in some few minutes. But for us, you know, you still want to take maybe 10K to buy salt, another one to buy raiko. You know, we are good at that. So the government should include us women in decision making where the money is.
I agree.
Yes. Because, you know, if there were to be a lot of women let me say in the Ministry of Finance, I think we would have not been complaining, there's no money. So I'm calling upon the government of South Sudan, from the national level to the bottom, please include us women in those sectors. Thank you so much.
Say it.
Another thing. Okay, another thing is also, let's say, also investing in education, health, and economic program that directly target women, help balance opportunities and economic growth in South Sudan. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I was saying, say it loudly. If the money is in the Ministry of Finance, then put a woman there. If the money is in the Central Bank of South Sudan, put a woman there. When we talk about where put women in decision making,
you forgot the NRA.
Okay, okay. Why not head the National Revenue Authority?
That's
Why
it.
not? Okay. Now we are starting another new thing here. Let's move to the next question, and this goes to Alif. How can mentorship, Alif Cheer, how can mentorship, solidarity, and strong policies help advance gender equality and build a future where women's dignity and prosperity are fully respected?
Thank you so much. When we talk about mentorship or women that have been there before, the first female woman authority that I have ever experienced in my life was Honorable Nyadeng Malay. That's the first woman leadership I've ever seen.
Let's give her a round of applause.
Growing up, there was power, and for some reason, I told her one day that, when I was young, I didn't know I would shake your hand. I used to see you like a goddess. Yeah, so it's a pleasure that I have had the chance to experience leadership. And again, another person is Dr. Anip. Dr. Anip will sit you down and speak sense into you. And I don't know if she's here, but she's someone who would sit you down and speak sense and let you re-strategize your life and pick a particular path that can take you far. So it's nice seeing, it was beautiful seeing women as I grow up, seeing women doing good in their life. When we talk about mentorship helps young women navigate professional challenges, develop leadership confidence, grow in their particular fields. And I believe women who have equal opportunities, you give, because the theme says give to gain. As you're growing up, you give something to yourself. You start by reading, you start by training yourself, you start by learning, by looking for information in order for you to participate, whether at the family level, whether at a national level or communal level, or even within the universities and schools that we go to, we have the chance to participate. That's because we were able to educate ourselves or invest in ourselves. That's by giving to gain something out of what we are. And then when you invest, because there is a relationship between a mentor and a mentee, right? So when you invest in one person or a particular person, you transform that person and they will go and transform another person. So it becomes a network of empowered people that contribute to the prosperity of that community or a better tomorrow for everyone. And I think true change requires a structural change. And in education systems, mentorship has to do with building confidence of these young people you're trying to mentor, building their skills and building a network that can pour into these people. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that perfect answer, that women have each other's shoulders to progress. And how amazing it is to be in the same building today on International Women's Day with your mentor, with someone you one admires. It's probably a great feeling, I would guess. There's a saying that says you cannot be what you cannot see. If you can't see it, if we can't see women leading the country, we cannot dream it, we cannot strive to be that. The second question, just a follow-up from the mentorship ones, goes to you as well, Alice. And the question is, if you could recommend one key policy or initiative that would significantly improve the lives of women, what would it be and why? It's a 3 parts. I can walk you through it. We can start with the first one.
Definitely. So I would suggest that South Sudan invest in education beyond classrooms, because sometimes, our curriculum, what is it teaching us? Is it teaching us to just pass mathematics, to just pass history? Or is it also teaching us to be innovative? Is it teaching us to look beyond, this these subjects that are only meant, because most of the times we just cram them, you know, but when we have, let's say, going back again to former Governor Honorable Nyadengmale, can she go back to Warab today and, you know, inspire young girls in schools? Can the Ministry of Education invest in that, taking every woman, wherever a woman comes from? Honorable Nunu comes from Western Equatoria. Can she go back to Western Equatoria and inspire these women so that people back home don't believe that if a young girl just goes to school, because there is a belief that education spoils women. But you know, education should actually build on what's already existing. If our cultures are good, why would we raise up children that are not good? So, but if we embrace education and culture in one, like we want to empower these already beautiful, positive cultures that we have, that's we educate these women beyond SST or history. You have empowered women in your family backgrounds before today. You inherited your name from someone who was your grandmother. What was your grandmother doing? Can children learn this? Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that wonderful question, answer. Looking ahead, yes. Looking ahead, what does a future where a woman potential is fully respected and prosperity is truly shared look like to you?
I can imagine a very beautiful future. Looking at where I come from, at home, where women are also leaders, I see a very peaceful and beautiful home. So if today we happen to put all these women are going through in the society together, and we respect a woman, and we acknowledge her participation in our society, in our government, I'm seeing a very clear, peaceful and beautiful future. Just in short, that's all I can see. If we support every woman here that is being a good mother, you're a good cleaner, you make sure you clean very well at your workplace, whatever you're doing, that future is very beautiful. I can imagine a very beautiful future and a very powerful community and society too. Thank you.
That is a good picture, a mental picture to imagine. And like everything else, we'll probably have to imagine to be able to get there. So we'll continue to keep that picture, positive picture on our mind. Our very last question today for the evening, thank you so much for being patient with us, is really for everyone to just chip in a word or two. And I'll start here, going to the other end. So the question really is in the global theme for this International Women's Days, which is in the spirit of give and gain, what is one commitment each of us can make today to progress women empowerment in our communities? In 30 seconds, please. Honorable Demeza, sorry to rush you. Give and gain is the theme. What is one commitment you as an individual, each of us, or you as an individual can make to progress women empowerment in our society?
Thank you once again. Each person can commit to supporting education and growth of at least one girl in their community. At least. Yeah, thank you.
That is amazing. I think the room is full. It has women, it has men in the building. If all of us here can send a girl to school tomorrow to begin, let's just start with the school.
Okay,
tomorrow.
then before you go ahead, let me say not from where you came from. You can help anywhere.
Okay.
Just like me, somebody sponsored me at my university and he's not from Mandari.
Okay.
You know? So if you have that capacity of helping, you should just help.
Okay, that's nice and simple.
Okay, that's just to say, it's not like you go home and say, I already have my daughter in school. It's not your own. You are going beyond your household.
That's
Thank
even
you.
better. At least What commitment can you, as individual, can all of us make today to progress women empowerment? Something tangible, something practical. In 30 seconds, please.
30 seconds is impossible. So I am a lead chairman. I am passionate about public administration, policies, and regional integration. I believe change is structural for it to be sustainable and transformative. So I believe that my story, my writings are my commitment to the universe. Thank you.
And personally, I've read some of them, and I personally was inspired, so keep them coming. Thank you for that. Naye, my sister, in the spirit of give and gain, what commitment are you making this afternoon?
First of all, I would like to recognize and acknowledge the women that participated in bringing the woman that I am here today. Not only women, have been supported also by male relatives and friends. So they have given me the seat that I have today. They pushed me to here because I've been taken to school by my father. He didn't think of seeing me as a beautiful child that would get married at a younger age and give him cows. So my father managed to send me to school. And that's what he gave me, and I really appreciate that. Because I have a voice now, I'm looking forward to using my voice to encourage another young lady to go to school. And I'm also into entrepreneurship. I have shops, so I have young ladies working in my shops too. That is also creating a way for them, a job opportunity for them. And I have young ladies, I'm sure they're among the crowd here, that have mentoring. I'm not going to mention them out until they are the women they want to be, so that they can speak for themselves. So that commitment, I'm onto it. I'm not giving up into making sure a young lady somewhere is encouraged, empowered, and supported. Thank you very much.
I've been love from the crowd. How amazing. There's a saying that goes that anything that you give to a woman, they multiply. So continue to multiply, my sister. Mr. Pugh, what commitment are we making this afternoon?
I appeal my work a boy. I'm committed to provide opportunities regionally and globally. As a steering member of the African Women and Youth in Aviation, I'm here for you. Whenever there is an opportunity, I will not keep it to myself. I'll share with you because I don't want to be the only thank you. I don't want to be the only female aviator in Tweed East. I want more women to join the aviation sector. Thank you.
Everyone is multiplying on the panels. Thank you so much. Before I give it to my co-moderator to give the closing remarks, I just wanted to thank everyone for your patience, for listening to us, for taking questions and for participating as well. I'll hand it over to my co-moderator. Before I do that, I'm also an educator of girls, and I think there was something that kids that were here made that really got me, and I would like to share it with you this afternoon, and that is, next time a girl that is less than 16 years old is getting married, don't put your malaya. I think we all know what that means. So that is the only thing I wanted to recommend. Next time a girl's in your clan, in your neighbor, in someone else's, no man is looking for a child to raise. Guys are looking for women to build a life with. At 16 years old, at 15 years old, at 17 years old, is not ready to be a woman. She's gonna fail and fail bad, and even if she survives, that is going to be a lineage of trauma. Some women have succeeded in this line. It's something I'm personally passionate about. So next time, really, we have a dance floor for a 16 years old bride. Don't do it, don't participate, don't be part of that history. Thank you so much, and I'll pass it on.
Thank you so much, Abul. You've seen earlier the Mamaki Kore, and they said the same women who are dancing here today are the same women that will dance and urinate when a 16-year-old get married. But really, Tongjien, ayimi kenyir nyir ke Mamaki Kore ayigulwel ke diar diritene kule kekai diar kul game nya naurun ke tier kudik or nyarun ke tier naurun ke tier kudetem. So I was challenge. Ayu wel na chak bene ne u chak diar kuelo women empowerment at the end of the day we dia je we nyir kor chale ke gam ne bay. We ne ke gichi apun wele ne. Thank you so much. We have come to the end of our panel, but not the end of it all, because we also want to pick some questions. We don't want it to look like something here for us. I will pick comments, only 2 comments from the high table, 2 comments from the high table, and I'm picking 3 questions. I'm sorry for that. Questions, 3 questions only. I know the hall is big, is full. We have learned a lot. We might have a lot of questions that we want to ask, but all of us are here available. All of them are available. Na nang korbati nyan tungu ke nyir totinala ke yini libarir banyut kini yenala, and you ask them questions. So I'm only allowing 2 comments from the high table and 3 questions. And if we don't have questions, that's well and good. Comments? Oh, okay. Your Excellency, there is a man behind you that raised his hand first. We'll give him and then I will come back for you. Yes. Can somebody pass the mic? Let's give him a round of applause, Yajama. You direct your question to a panelist by their name. That would make it better.
Sorry, I have a challenge to put on the mic myself. My name is Dale Sunday Majak. All the protocols remain observed and respected. I would say a very brief comment. Mine is a comment. And I want to say...
In a minute.
I want to say, personally, I'm not here to challenge the theme and the conversation of women experts, but I want to add my voice. Personally, I'm a gender equality expert. I did this job for the last 14 years, and I have been an international with UNHCR on a gender equality expertise. But I want to say what happens during my advocacy for women. I had one challenge as a South Sudanese, the one that I last take on in 2019 when we had the International Women's Day event. And I staged a forum like this, organizing a round table with the chiefs and local government experts. That's the only one I want to comment, I want to say. I'm happy that the theme of today is give to gain. I want to say that women have been given and have gained a lot to build the society. I'm saying this because it is the same community and families that take women to school. However, because South Sudan is only on the gender equity intervention, not a gender equality. Because what we have so far is not an equality. The steps that South Sudan is taking at now are affirmative action for ensuring gender equity. Equality is 50-50, but South Sudan is ensuring equity means if you have the upper hand and the lower hand, you will only focus on the disadvantaged lower hand to raise it to the certain extent to reach the upper hand, so that they will have at least equitable access, although not equal. We are not 50-50. That's why there was 25 and 35. We call them affirmative action. But what some of the affirmative actions are the 25% and the 35%, and our families prioritizing our education. And now giving such opportunities that the Speaker of the Parliament was here with us. These are opportunities. But the challenge is that the community believes, this is the speech from the elders and the local government expert, that what is given to women to see them changing the society. They are not giving it back to the society. That is the question I was asked when I was advocating. They are saying, if our South Sudanese women are educated, they don't build the society that brings them up. Especially if a husband today, and I was telling, the answer I gave to them was that when you give your child an access to education, the example they were giving me is that if a husband educates the woman, and the woman becomes more educated than the husband, in the future she divorced the same husband that brought her up. They gave many examples of that, and I was telling them, it is the problem of the society, it's not the problem of girls. When we bring up our girls, we don't educate them that they are future leaders. When families raise to challenges, they become the pillar of those families. So women run away from challenges when at later time. This is the question they have. So I want to challenge our young women. When you raise to power, when you are brought up, when you are given the responsibilities, build down the system that brought you up. Don't tear them down. This is the reason why your societies are not trusting in us. I'm saying why the societies are not trusting in us, but I'm telling them always that it is not the issue of women. It is the system that brings them up. Do not tell them that challenges are there when you are raised. So if you become the pillar of that family, strive to sustain it, don't break it down. This is one thing I wanted to say. And if we raise to that challenge as families, I think our women are more wiser, they are more conservative, and they can bring change anytime like the one in front of you. This is what I wanted to say, and thank you.
And I want you to respond. There were some questions that were, just random. They did not go to a specific person, but you can respond. On the Slay Queens part of it, I will answer that. I don't want to put you in trouble.
I think just respond to the questions that you've heard and do it very quickly. I think we are under pressure. We have taken more time than we should. Any order?
There was a comment, and it has a question at the same time. Women are not, when they are given opportunity more than they should actually be given opportunities, that's how it came out. So when they are given, they don't give back what they are given. And he said that is not from his perspective, but he sat with some chiefs. So there is a blame on women that when you are given too much, you don't give back. And in fact, you turn to even, step on those people that brought you up. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just an addition.
Can you do that in 1 minute?
Yes.
1 minute?
I'm not going to say women look down on those that supported them. I will throw it back again to the mentality that a woman that is educated always look down on a man that is not educated. You know, when they say women love materials, it's the mentality too. How you carry yourself around an educated woman as a man who is not educated is how we treat you. You don't own your power. A man will approach you and say, you're a very beautiful lady, but you're not my class. Did I put that into your mind that you're not my class? That is how you label yourself. So I'm going to treat you the way you have labeled yourself. It's not a woman. Don't put that blame on a woman. You have decided to put yourself down and see me higher than you. It's not my fault. Because why don't educated women look down on their uneducated fathers? We support our fathers because they see us as their children at the end of the day. So it's not our problem. It's not a problem of a woman. It's a problem of a man who sees himself less of a woman who is educated.
The next one.
I'll leave the rest of the question to the...
Yes, please.
The issue, just as Molana said she's going to answer, the issue the women online. Let me talk about the women online. The women online, It's not only about women. I'm seeing men, and we're losing our culture to that. I'm seeing men too. We did not grow up seeing men throwing words like those online. It looks worse on a man, but to our women who are doing this outside there, you can do better than that. You can do better than that, because if you want to face someone physically, face them so that we can stop you from fighting. But don't go online and expose yourself. We always feel embarrassed on your behalf. So please, you can do better than that. You can actually use your social media account to get money, get paid.
Business, yeah.
And be a business lady there. You advertise and get paid instead of insulting another woman. And please, women, do not discourage another woman. Do not be the reason another woman is crying. When you call another lady a slave queen, you're putting down another sister. Okay? And the mentality of first wife is that any lady that comes second is a slave queen. That's a wrong mentality. Please. At the end of the day, she's a sister. That is the reason why we're here. She's also in a successful marriage, because that's her marriage too. The same dowry that was paid for you is the same dowry that's going to be paid for her. Let's not discourage each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I really wanted you to go ahead, but our time. Yeah. The teacher, I think Jameza, you can respond to this. The teacher, yes, please.
Okay,
Go
thank you so much. You know, it is becoming so sweet, and we feel like we should continue talking. Concerning the lady, the teacher, right? Yeah, you talk of, you don't see the government, supporting these young girls that are normally supposed to get married. Let me talk on myself. I think I was in primary 6. That was when I was, 15 years or 14. Some people went to my parents and they were like, they want to marry me. And my dad says, unless we ask her, if she agrees, and then I will welcome you guys home. But our firstborn was with the guy that want to marry me. And the guy is from Matir. Is there a community like that for Mbo, right? Yes. And that guy has 4 women. I'm supposed to be number 5. I even don't remember anymore. So, and my mom collided with my brother. They really wanted me to get married. But my dad stood by my side. So, our plan was, I have to escape from the family and go to other tribes within South Sudan. Because everyone in the family was saying that I should get married. So, if you don't see any quick response from government or from anywhere, as a young lady that has a dream to continue with studies, you can look for other ways. There are also other people that can support you. Not everybody wants you to get married. You can just go somewhere and explain your problem, and people can support you. Also this issue of government coming in whenever somebody wants to get married. Our village people are different. You see, they don't care whether you're a government official or whether you have guns, These people will fight you. They will even ask you, is she your sister? Or is she your daughter? See, they will not even tolerate all this nonsense. So, if you really want to study, and you see somebody want to force you to get married from the family, escape.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't escape and go to other men.
Don't escape to go to your boyfriend's house. Escape and go to where you are safe to continue with your studies.
All right. Huh? Okay.
Yeah, I think I have to complete what I want to say so that I can allow the rest to complete it. So this will be my last time to talk, I think. Someone talk of dignity for the ladies and also social media. Let me start with social media. I think I'm the person that has benefited a lot from social media. Positively. Because there I talk about culture, education, growth, and I don't abuse anybody on social media, although there are those who abuse the hell out of me from nowhere. But I don't respond, I just ignore. And then you go on live with a true comment section. Me, I don't even reply to comment. You die there on your own and you leave when you're tired. So, when you see someone is fighting you on social media, in my own opinion, just go silent. Allow them abuse. You know what I've realized? Most of the thing, people think I don't know Dinka language, but I know. See, what I've realized, mostly from the women's side, it is men that are making us to fight. Men. You see? So, we are fighting because of men. This is just what I've seen. And sometimes I laugh so hard why we are fighting because of men. Instead, men should come to us. But imagine we are putting powers to the men and they'll be like, I'm a man. And see, those of the men are fighting because of me. They'll be smiling. Case that one, I beg, let them fight for us. And also, being a second wife doesn't mean you are the owner of the husband. Where? Where do you want us to go? We are coming. A second will attack. So, please, past wives, please leave us in peace. Allow us to date responsibly. As long we are not attacking you, as long we don't abuse you, we are on our part. That means your sweetheart at home is my sweetheart. So, just close. Another thing, please, to the ladies, please, the ladies, I'm on your neck. If I talk about the culture and I always talk about it, it doesn't mean that I'm local. I've traveled to many countries in this world. Why do I keep talking about culture and why do I keep, always, I just want to let people know that I'm from Mondari or South Sudan. You see, currently, first of all, we are not white people. We are black. But we, the ladies, we want to be like our dad. You see, this is something very bad. Why are we bringing sacred things to public? Why are we recording videos? What for? Where did you get time to record videos? How?
Continue.
Where did you come from? We South Sudanese, we are not supposed to act like that. These are things that we are not supposed to mention, but my heart is burning, since 2022. This sort of videos, it has affected my brain so much.
Thank you.
And please, let's stop it. And to the men, if you get a chance, because that is a chance, that's what I know.
Yeah.
If a woman says no, she mean it, but if you are allowed to access something, please don't use it against the women.
Thank you.
Imagine these men of this country that are recording videos without the knowledge of the ladies. That lady is like your sister. She is like your daughter. She is like your mom. Because we are carrying the same creation. We are having the same thing. You were born with that thing. Your mother has it. Your sister has it. Why are you against that guy?
That's all right.
Let's stop it. Let's stop it, please. Let's stop recording. Let's stop abusing. And then stop fighting single girls. Thank you.
Thank you so much. There was a question from Anyer. As youth that makes 75% of the population of South Sudan, what are you doing to raise awareness? To raise awareness on the youth policy. How do we join government? How do we join government to even be part of the 20% that is allocated for youth? Thank you. I just want it in 1 minute. 1 minute, Aleth.
When we talk about the 20% youth quota, civic awareness and political education, it goes back to the question that was asked before, how do we empower men? And it goes back to what we said before, education beyond the classrooms, Now, many young men lack emotional intelligence and critical thinking. You find, They go to school, they are educated, but the emotional intelligence and critical thinking is not there. And when we go to the aspect of political participation, young men are politically participating. There are very many, but the problem is they are grouped according to uncles and aunties, you know. What does Uncle Kirmer want? That's what that young person is advocating for. What does Uncle Riego want? That's what that young person is advocating for. What does Auntie Nunu want? That's what they're advocating for. There is no, one agenda for young men and women, like this is what we want as young people, and this is what we want to be done, and this is what we are advocating for. So that's what is lacking. There are so many young men in political spaces, but what are they doing in the political spaces?
Okay, there was another question on how do we empower our men? How do we empower our men and the young girls? And our young girls, how do we empower men?
I would say there are a lot of policies.
Okay, but that question is the question that was talking about some men take women to hotel room, sleep with them to give them opportunities, job opportunities. How do we empower them? Because to her, these men are not aware. They need even to be empowered because whatever they are doing is wrong. How do we empower our young women to even understand that you don't have to give yourself in order to get that position?
For the young ladies, I encourage them. It's, as my sister mentioned before, it's all about the mindset. If you believe in yourself that you can make it, you can do it, you can do it. Let me take my example. When I joined aviation, I joined as a volunteer. And I remained as a volunteer for 5 years. And there were so many men, they wanted to help me so that I can be officially appointed or get my how do you call it? From public service, the appointment. So, but because I have a mindset, I want to do it the right way, I did not accept. It's not because I'm ugly, it's not because there were no men interested in me, but it's a mindset. It starts with you. If you believe that you can do it and you have to work hard and then you wait until you get it. But also for men, we need to also make like awareness. They should stop abusing their powers and they should stop abusing young girls because I believe they also have sisters, they have daughters, and no one will like his sister or his daughter to be abused. So we also advocate and we teach our young girls and we advocate about empowering women and also men, let's say at the CAA, because some people, they go through some of these challenges, but they don't share it because they feel ashamed or maybe people will not listen to us. But if you are a young girl and there is someone who's trying to abuse you so that you can get a job, refuse it. And look at, it's not me alone, there are so many women who started their career journey alone, whether business or in government. So take them as an example for you and think you can do better. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peu. Alith want to add, you add and we end.
Just 30 seconds at least. Just add on that.
Just to add on that, we maybe remind ladies of how they can protect their bodies, that you're not just a good to be traded for job. You keep your body safe. Your body is a temple of God, as I always say. So keep yourself holy. And I want to remind you that not every man will ask you for that. There are good men that will support you regardless. They will not even ask for anything. They're out there. So that particular man is a bad man. Leave him. And that is not the only job that you can survive on. Young ladies, create jobs for yourself. Create jobs for yourself to avoid this humiliation and exploitations. Whatever small job you can do, and also please go to only spaces that you feel safe. Not every job you see there is good for you. If you know it's going against your dignity as a woman and it's going to disrespect you, don't go for it. Leave it. You can go look for a job with a Tom or help Alit Cheer to print her books. Do whatever you can, but leave that space that wants to use your body. Thank you.
Thank you.
30 seconds, Alit.
Going back to the same thing, the first comment was saying why is it that the women being invested in are not giving back to the society? But we all know that money is in the hands of specific people. It goes back to it being men, and men, of course, they want favors. So how do you expect me to give back when I don't have the resources to give back? And then, sorry, the last one is why is it that young girls are being married in communities? There are some 16-year-old girls that are being married because they are not in school. You know, in my community, I grew up seeing that there is someone married with 100, 500 cows. That is, I want to ask, and you know, people sing about them. For me, for that young girl who has not gone to school, that is an inspiration, that is a mentor for her. So it's about how do women level up the mentorship back home, like for these young girls to see that it's not only the 100 cows that is the kind of mentorship that they should have, but beyond that. Thank you.
Thank you so much to my panelists. I have 2 questions only that came here. And, all right, okay. Thank you so much, the panelists. I apologize, I will not give you the last comments to give because of our time. And to all those who have participated in comments, asking questions, thank you so much. It was wonderful, although our time did not allow us to go with a lot of other questions. What I can come out with from here is that we don't have to call our own sisters slay queens. These are terms that men bring up and they convince us that we have slay queens and straight girls, or we have women that we can be proud of. So let's not join men and also talk about slay queens. We don't have slay queens. We have educated girls that are working, that have opportunities, that have money, and others that are at home that are not working. So this calling slay queens and not slay queens is not right for here. Thank you so much, girls. Also, Jameza was talking about we are not breaking homes, we are not breaking families, but also we are not going against our cultures and traditions. If marrying more than 2 or 3 is part of our culture, why not? But make it like how it used to be done in our culture. You don't want to be a Hawaja and at the same time a cultural man. The two cannot go together. Thank you so much. Thank you. Maybe we can have a photo with a panelist here. And thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies.